Alright, let's talk to all you One Piece deniers out there. To preface this video a bit though, I'd like to say I've been a fan of One Piece for a long time. My brother and I discovered it in 2006 on the 4Kids dub, which, ugh. Around this time, the internet and YouTube became huge. I started discovering anime online, and boy was it a thing to discover. And I started finding One Piece. Japanese One Piece, the real One Piece. I caught all the way up to Water 7, and at this point, no one knew how big or how long One Piece was going to go for. I went from being a 14-year-old boy as a freshman in high school, and now I'm almost a 30-year-old man with a career and a wife and kid and, you know, things going on. And One Piece is still a consistent part of my life on a weekly basis. Back then, I didn't know One Piece was going to be 1,000 episodes and over 1,000 chapters. Nobody really expected it. Personally, I have this... I just have this belief. It's a science experiment I'm doing. The only people who speak negatively about One Piece are people that have not seen it and or people that are Naruto fans who don't want to watch it because they don't want to admit that One Piece is better. And I'm not just saying, I used to argue with people all the time about One Piece versus Naruto. I know so many people who are fans of both, who like Naruto more than One Piece, but will admit that One Piece is a better told story, like objectively speaking, and that's fine. But everyone I know who is a huge Naruto fan gets into One Piece and then they go, oh my god, this is so much better. To the people that refuse to get into it, they're all Naruto fanboys that don't want to watch One Piece. This is a real science experiment I'm doing right now. And I mean this as a tattooer that does nerdy tattoos. I engage in dialogue with many different other nerdy people like myself who come in and they're like, hey, yeah, I really like Naruto and everything. And then I'm like, yeah, you ever tried One Piece? It'd be real cool if you did. And then they're like, I don't know, One Piece is real long. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll be a bad influence real quick. And then they watch One Piece, and then like a week later they're back and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. I want all the One Piece tattoos. I had a buddy of mine recently. He knows who he is when he's watching this, and he knows he'll be watching this because he'll probably be driving in his car listening to it. He refused to listen to me about One Piece. I could not get through to this guy, and huge Naruto fan, huge Hunter x Hunter fan, God knows why. He held his ground. He was a stronghold on the I will not watch One Piece front. And he told me specifically that he would not watch it because he hated how much he got pestered to watch it by people like myself. Then one day I found out he was like around the Enies Lobby arc, and he finally admitted to me, yeah, okay, One Piece is pretty good. He can still like Naruto more than One Piece. I don't know about the Hunter x Hunter thing, but you can still like Naruto more than One Piece, but he had to admit to me, alright, yeah, One Piece is pretty fucking good, man. I'm gonna give it to you. Like, all kidding aside with the Naruto stuff, I really do notice that most of the people that have never seen One Piece, their favorite anime is usually Naruto. And to be honest, if you like Naruto, you'll like One Piece. Like, as much shit as I give Naruto, I enjoy a lot of Naruto. There are a lot of things in Naruto that I actually really like. I watched the whole series. There are a lot of things I like in it. Because I like One Piece. I like shonen anime. I like battle shonen anime. I'm a fan of anime. So if you like one, you're most likely going to like the other. Do you like watching characters with sad backstories and weird superpowers to fucking throw hands at each other all day? Then you're gonna like One Piece and you're gonna like Naruto. Just at the end of the day, you're gonna like them both. But a couple arguments that I cannot stand. And the main one, the biggest detractor to One Piece deniers, it's too long. God, I hate this argument. The it's too long argument every single time. And I recommend One Piece to people who haven't seen it, and I always recommend it on a basis of things of, hey, what other things do you like? Well, here's something in One Piece that you would like. Because One Piece has a lot of things in it that most people will like. And they always say to me, yeah, but it's so long. But it's just too long. If it isn't like 1,000 episodes, like, man, it's just too long. What do you think? You just don't fucking watch it, it's gonna get shorter? It's not gonna condense itself. It's only gonna keep growing. It's got a mind of its own at this point. It's only getting bigger by the day. This is why I gave the bit of context about where I started with One Piece, because when I started, like I said, it wasn't as big as it is now. It was only a fraction of what it is today. And for me, it's just been a weekly update. One Piece, it's meant to be consumed long term. It's a long-running shonen series, over 2 decades long at this point, and honestly, in the foreseeable future, it'll probably run over 3 decades. We're talking 30 years of storytelling here. It's not meant to be binge-watched like a 24-episode series. It's not meant to be consumed over a weekend or a week or even a month. This is a 25-year series. In the end, it'll be over 30. This isn't meant to be consumed overnight. I've been watching this series for over half of my lifespan. I've been consuming this series for 16 years now. No one turns on One Piece like, yeah, I'll knock this out real quick. No, it's meant to be a long-term commitment. I've known One Piece far longer than I've known my wife. And if she ever divorces me, then I'll still know One Piece. Don't tell her I said that, though. People will actually do math and really divulge, like, here's how much time I would actually have to invest in One Piece in order to catch up with it. Stop trying to catch up with the series. I hate that. Just watch it. Watch a few episodes at a time. An episode a night, even. Well, then it'll take me like a fucking few years to get up with it. Well, listen, it's been fucking 16 for me, so tough shit. Like I said, it's a commitment. You're not supposed to catch up with it. You're supposed to enjoy it for what it is. And here's the honest thing. I've gone back and reread One Piece. There are certain arcs way earlier in the story that are far significantly better than arcs later in the story. The Alabasta arc starts around episode 90-something. It ends around episode 130-ish. The Alabasta story is one of the best arcs. You're usually going to find it on every One Piece fan's top 5 best arcs in the series. And this is around episode 100. Depending on your likes, it can go up and down depending on what you're into. Like for me, the Water 7 Enies Lobby arc is still to this day my absolute favorite arc in the entire series. But does it make me enjoy what's happening now less? Not at all. But it is my favorite arc to revisit. Different people have different favorite arcs throughout the series, and the thing is, I watched the Alabasta arc for the first time when I was a 14-year-old kid. I will never experience that part of the story for the first time ever again. It's over. It's done with. I passed it, and now I'm through with it. I can reread it, I can rewatch it, but I will never experience it for the first time and get blown away by it like I did when I was a teenager. I will always have the memories of it, but I will never be able to experience it for the first time again. That's something I envy One Piece fans for. And here's the other thing. I caught up to the series in Water 7. I had to engage with Enies Lobby week after week after week. I've been getting drip-fed this series. But you gotta think, if you're a new fan to One Piece, you get to consume it at the rate at which you desire at this point. You get to binge arcs and go through at a steady pace if you want. However you want to watch it is however you watch it. It's always going to be there. You're probably not for a long time ever gonna have to say to yourself, I wonder what I should watch right now. Because you'll always have One Piece to watch. And you don't have to watch it every day. You don't have to watch 18 episodes a day or whatever the fuck you think you need to watch to catch up to the series. You could just go at your own pace. If you feel like watching a couple episodes a day, do that. If you feel like, well, I'm gonna watch like 10 episodes today because I have nothing to do, fuck it, I'm bored. Watch it at your own pace and just appreciate each arc while you're in it, because you're never gonna get to experience it for the first time again. And then before you know it, you eventually will catch up to the series, but I don't think you should focus on catching up to the series. And honestly, when you're a fan that is caught up, you'll be wondering, when's the next episode coming out? When's the next chapter coming out? And when there's weeks where a chapter doesn't come out, it is the most heartbreaking thing to see that. So don't focus on catching up with it and, oh, when am I ever gonna get up to the series, and oh, how long is it gonna take for me to ever get into it? Just watch it. It's not going anywhere. And it's a piece of anime history that is pretty damn important at this point. And as I can tell you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, if I could experience One Piece for the first time again as a 14-year-old kid, I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. Because I adore this series. And I actually do believe it is one of the most important pieces of fictional media that we have in the modern day. And I think you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it. So if you haven't watched it already, just do yourself a favor and watch it. Because you won't regret it. I promise.